Well, good morning, everybody. Beautiful, warm Tennessee morning. It's almost 60 degrees here at about 10 o'clock. You couldn't have proved that by me a few days ago that it was going to be like this, I'll tell you that. We've had quite a bit of nasty weather. It got just downright cold here for us folks in Tennessee. We had several mornings where the wind chill factor was below zero. We had some snow, about 4 inches total accumulation here. I don't know about everybody else. Some places I do know of to the west and to the north of us here, they got hammered pretty hard with ice. We only got maybe 2/10 of an inch of ice altogether. Very low. I haven't been getting out of the house much. Had some joint issues, you might say. These cold fronts coming in like they did one right after the other. The barometric pressure going up and down in between them. It's pretty much what got me. But I'm much better now. Yeah, I want to show you guys just a few clips here. I did get out a couple of days, and believe it or not, Donna and I got out one night and came down here. I didn't do much recording because I wanted to get down here to make sure that the trapper shack itself wasn't fixing to go flat sometime during the night. The first time I came down, there was maybe a half inch of sleety ice with a little snow on it, and I didn't bother building a fire. I just came in and pushed up on the top and run it all off. We still got some laying around the edges out here. And the next day I came down again, the next night came down again with Donna and pushed everything off again. We're in good shape. Everything held up quite well. But if I hadn't come down here, this thing would have been flat. So if you guys decide that you want to use something like this canopy for a, temporary permanent base camp type setup, like myself, a place to come and go. If you're very far away from it, you might not ought to leave it in this condition. If you just take the top off of it and leave the frame standing and the top folded up somewhere, you'd be okay. But if you don't get back to it and you get 2 inches of snow, you'll come back to a broken canopy. Let me go ahead and show you guys those clips right now. There's not but just a little bit. Like I said, didn't record much. When we came down here, I believe the temperature was somewhere around 14, 15 degrees. Light snow, not very much at all. And it was all coming down real powdery, so it stuck around for a few days because of the temperature, but it's all gone now for the most part. Yesterday it got up to right at 50 degrees here yesterday, and today it's supposed to get 64, 65 degrees, which it's climbing pretty close to it right now. And it'll all be gone. So check these clips out. Good evening, everybody. This is a wee bit out of character for me. Let me get my light adjusted a little bit. I think I saw a pair of eyeballs down here. Anyway, a little out of character for me. You can see the snow has hit here in Tennessee. My mission right now is to get down here to the trapper shack and make sure, look, we got bunny tracks. And I believe, you guys can see them or not, in there. I had a deer come across earlier. Got to get the weight off the trapper shack. I don't think it's got too much weight on it, but you can see she sawed it over. I don't think there's been a critter down here. No tracks anywhere. But there again, you can see the weight. And look at here. Nice and dry. It's cold in here, but it's dry in here. I'm gonna get back up to the house. 16 degrees? Yeah, you bet. It feels like it. I don't think it would have held another 2 inches. Of course, we may not get that tonight, but at least now it's empty. I'm gonna go back where it's warm.
Right there.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
Something's been down here, huh?
Kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty, come up and eat. Maybe staying over there. That's been filling in. So.
Powdery.
Mm-hmm. Here shortly, we'll be going for a walk again back down on that piece of property that way, about 10 minutes from me. The 32-acre plot. I don't know, there's quite a bit of deer activity over there. The young man that goes over there and looks around way more than I do. He said there's quite a few deer. One big buck that he counted, about 14 point, an older deer. So I'm going to go over there and look around, maybe find a shed or two. That would be kind of decent. I haven't found any in about 3 years now, really haven't found a shed. I've seen a couple of nibs and came upon a couple. I think they were in one of the videos where the little critters have been chewing on them, getting the calcium and whatever minerals they get out of them. Just going to hang around down here today. It was just good to be able to get out and walk this far without an issue. Taking my time. And I hope we don't have another cold spell like that. It's been bad enough. I haven't taken the time and been outdoors enough. And we've had warm weather too. But I haven't acclimated at all this winter. Man, I still get cold. I thought I was going to need this sweatshirt, but not really. I'm probably going to take it off before I walk back up the hill. Nice to sit and listen to the critters. You know, I missed the snow camp, but I couldn't force myself to come out and be miserable. I've got the gear to deal with it. I'm pretty sure I could have bedded down around here just about anywhere in the snow with the gear that I have and been fine, or hung between any of the 2 trees that are around. But, you know, when it's a job just to get up and get around the house a little bit, it's not that hard to load a pack up. But when you try to strap 30 pounds on your back, not even be able to get the pack up off the floor with comfort, then I can't come out here and deal with the cold. I had some firewood right here. Wouldn't have to cut any at all, but just didn't want to deal with the misery that the cold would bring on with the issues that I was having at the time. I guess easiest and best way to put it. But I'm glad you guys came along today. It's going to be a nice one. I think we're in for another nice day maybe, and then we're going to get rain for about a week. General Tennessee weather. Temperatures back up in the 50s, 30s at night probably. Decent weather for this time of year for us especially, you know. That cold was not completely out of the norm around here, but we don't get it all that often. Really glad we didn't get 2 inches of ice. I sure did want to come down here and hang around the other day with all the snow on the ground, but just couldn't feel there. The turtles are out today. Maybe I can get a shot of them before I go. I think we'll lose the rest of the ice on the pond today, more than likely. I don't think anything fell in. I did see the other night down here, and I can still see one set of tracks out there now. Something, cat, more than likely, was the size of a cat print. We had some coyotes up in the backyard, at least 3 different sets of prints one night, and then there was one came right up around the back door. I do understand they're in their breeding season right now, so you never know what you're going to see with them guys anyway. Not around here. They've been kind of a, not a bad nuisance, but a little bit of a nuisance. And I did want to show you guys the pictures off the trail cameras, but here we go again. I don't know what the deal is. I've got everything formatted together, and the trail camera that I set here, facing back toward the trapper's shack, it caught 2 cats and the old raccoon that I probably seen the same one several times. Comes in, goes down around the water, comes up, looks in the door, and as far as I know, has never been caught on film going inside the door, and then usually walks off over this way. But when I try to put those together with the movies that I shoot off of this camera here and off my other camera, it comes out a blank picture. I've got sound. Both of my trail cameras do have good sound quality. But if I can't get it to you guys, it's not doing much good, is it? I'm going to work on that this week. I'm going to set the cameras back out. Got the batteries all charged up. Trying some rechargeable batteries in these to see if they'll last a little bit longer in the cooler weather. It seems like no matter what I set out, if I put a store-bought battery in it, non-rechargeable, I should say, they don't last. Maybe 500-600 pictures, but you got to remember a lot of the pictures that I'm taking, that does sound like a lot of pictures, and it is actually over a week period. Usually I don't try to mess with them for a week or so. But even with the sensitivity set on low, every time that tarp over there blows in the wind, and sometimes that flag waving up there, set the camera off. So I'm working on the whole deal there. Hopefully soon, in the next video or two, I'll work them in somehow. I want to see, I've got a spot picked out right over there where the something other than small creatures has been coming under the fence. And they are coming under often enough that they've got a little bit of path wore out in this year's leaves. Last year's leaves. I think I'm going to hang out for a few more minutes. Just enjoy the sunlight. I might accidentally move over there in it for a few minutes. Take advantage of the black sweatshirt this morning. Thanks for coming down with me today, guys. I do kind of apologize again for not having a good snow camp, but maybe that won't be the last snow we have. And I am going to have a camp coming up. I'm also, today, I'm going to sit down and finish putting together the video of the kayak trip, and I'll have that shot out to you guys. I hope you enjoy that one too. Beautiful day. Really got to enjoy this one, folks. I really do. Thanks for coming along. Till next time, just waiting for the next big adventure. Told you guys I was going to relax, didn't I?